Get ready for a great time because in this video, we'll show you 12 really awesome places you can visit if you are a visitor to San Francisco. This will be fun, so why not like this video and subscribe to our channel. You can also contribute by sharing your own San Francisco experience in the comments below. Let's get started. Here are our top 12 picks. Number 12. Twin Peaks. These hills stand at more than 900 feet and boast one of the finest views of the city and bay. Uninhabited but easily accessible, they represent a rare chance to get away from it all in San Francisco. To get a good view of the mountains, you can drive to the North Peak parking area and hike along trails over both peaks. The San Francisco skyline has changed quite a bit since 2018, when the Salesforce Tower, 1,070 feet tall, opened next to Market Street. The new skyscraper is now California's tallest building, 100 feet taller than Twin Peaks' 922-foot peak, and poking above it in this photo as well. At night, the tapered tip of the skyscraper was lit up with a light show that resembled the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. The best GPS address for the Twin Peaks is 100 Christmas Tree Point Road. The loop through the parking lot is named Christmas Tree Point Road. It is open 5 a.m. to midnight daily. To get the most of it, visit early and dress warmly. Number 11. Alamo Square. The colorful Victorian and Edwardian houses constructed in the late 19th century are set in an iconic row called the Painted Ladies. These houses have appeared on screen more than 70 times in films, commercials, and television shows. Though one cannot enter these Painted Ladies, since they are actual houses, one can get a magnificent view of them. This is one of San Francisco's most unique points of interest. Alamo Square's hours are 5 a.m. to midnight daily, and its restroom is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., with peak visitation at 9 to 10 a.m. and 4:30 to 6 p.m. to avoid the sun. Number 10. Financial District. The Financial District, which has been compared to Manhattan because of its high concentration of tall buildings and corporate headquarters, is a district that is home to numerous corporations. The district underwent a construction boom in the second half of the 20th century, when earthquake-proof techniques allowed for taller buildings than previously allowed by building restrictions. Some of the fun things to do in the Financial District include a ride in the California Cable Car, Wells Fargo Museum, and the San Francisco Wine Society, the Embarcadero Center and the Trans-America Pyramid, the Portsmouth Square, and the Punchline Comedy Club. Number 9. Ferry Building. The San Francisco Ferry Building is a terminal at which ferries travel across the Bay Dock. The Ferry Building is located at the beginning of San Francisco's famous Pier 1, which stretches out into the bay right in front of its doors. The building was constructed in 1898 as the most significant city project ever undertaken. The building contains a food market, retail spaces, restaurants, and cafes. The emphasis is on local and sustainable products, and you can enjoy a fantastic view of the Oakland Bay Bridge while eating there. Among the places to visit at the Ferry Building are the restaurants and gourmet kitchens, which make delicious meals, the wine shops, which showcase wine from all over the world, and the farmers market. Number 8. Alcatraz. Alcatraz Island got its name from the Spanish word Alcantara, meaning pelican or strange bird. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary was once known as the worst of its kind. It is a prison with such an infamous reputation that it served as the setting for many films, including Escape from Alcatraz and Birdman. The rock was initially called Alcatraz, but it gained its current name due to its difficulty escaping from it. Over 1,500 of the most ruthless criminals in America were housed at Alcatraz during its 32-year history. In 1963, however, it was forced to close after being labeled the worst prison in America by Attorney General Robert Kennedy. The island is now open to the public. The best months to visit due to weather are April to May or September-October. Guided tours offered by National Park volunteers and guides take visitors into places that are off-limits to the public. The voice of a former inmate and that of a former guard are featured during the audio tour, which gives you insight into life on the rock. The audio tour is available in 8 languages: English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish. An orientation video describes the history of Alcatraz Island every half hour. Nesting season runs from late September to February 1st, and museums and bookstores are plentiful. Visiting the island is popular, so we recommend reserving your ticket in advance. Number 7. Beautiful streets. Although it has many attractive features, San Francisco is best known for its hilly terrain and brightly painted houses. Don't miss the Victorian homes known as Painted Ladies, whose beautifully detailed exteriors are painted in a rainbow of different colors. Taken together with the view of downtown skyscrapers from Alamo Square Park above it, a must-see. The 16th Avenue Tiled Steps project occurred when the community decided to band together and raise money so 163 steps could be decorated as a work of art. Lombard Street's steep, one-block section with 8 sharp turns claims to be the most crooked street in the world. There are many more fascinating streets out there. Number 6. Chinatown. Known as the first Chinatown, San Francisco's on Grant Avenue is both the largest Chinese American community and the oldest in North America. It was created in the mid-19th century and has become central to Chinese immigrant communities. It continues to have its own customs, languages, and identity. It also has many traditional Chinese shops and restaurants. Attractions can be found here, such as the Dragon Gate, where residents go to pay their respects. Sing Chong Building, built in 1910, Tin Hao Temple, first opened in 1936. The Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association has provided social services for over a century. The best time to visit Chinatown is when the markets are open. The markets in Chinatown are open from about 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., although some individual stalls may close earlier. Number 5. Golden Gate Park. Golden Gate Park is a large urban park in San Francisco that spans almost 1,000 acres and features lakes, meadows, gardens, playgrounds, and many buildings. The park offers a welcome respite from the demands of city life and is an ideal place for people to go walking, read books, or simply relax. The park contains several exciting locations, including the Conservatory of Flowers, Japanese Tea Garden, beautiful Stowe Lake with Golden Gate Pavilion and Strawberry Hill, the Dutch Windmill, and another windmill, built to irrigate the park, offer a glimpse of life in Holland. At Golden Gate Park you can visit the California Academy of Science, the Conservatory of Flowers, and the Japanese Tea Garden among several other attractions. The park is free to visit between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. You can experience the Outside Lands Music Festival in August as well as the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival in October. It is always best to come dressed wearing a jacket to compensate for the cooler weather on this side of town. Number 4. Palace of Fine Arts Theater. The Palace of Fine Arts is a beautiful structure built to showcase San Francisco's recovered prosperity after the devastating earthquake of 1906. In addition to its colossal Roman ruins-inspired architecture and lagoon, the palace is a popular location for art exhibitions and a favorite spot for weddings. Walk through this unique architectural masterpiece and visit the Wave Organ, a wave-activated acoustic sculpture. The level of the tide of the nearby lagoon influences how high and low waves are, which affects how hard they hit your body. If you like, you can sit back and enjoy feeling slided by the ocean. You can go around the lake and go into the dome. It is amazing. There are panels with information about the origin of the building, the architect who designed it, and the restoration process. Number 3. Sutro Baths. The Sutro Baths were built at the end of the 19th century. It featured 6 saltwater and 1 freshwater pool. It is an open area on the ruins of what was once the largest indoor swimming pool in the world. It was transformed in 1960 to an ice skating rink after the management struggled with high maintenance costs. Later, however, the facility was burned to the ground. Near the Sutro Baths, you will find the camera obscura, a rare device based on a 15th century design by Leonardo da Vinci. It produces 360 degrees of live images of the sealed rock area. With the weather changing quickly from warm and sunny to foggy and chilly, layers are recommended. Sturdy walking shoes are needed for exploring the Sutro Baths and Land's End area. It's a good idea to bring your camera when you visit Sutro Baths so that you can capture views of the Golden Gate Bridge, Cliff House, and San Francisco skyline. However, Land's End Visitor Center, which is nearby, and Cliff House are both wheelchair accessible. Beware of the rough surf and slippery rocks at Land's End. There is a small cafe there, as well as restrooms. Number 2. Fisherman's Wharf. One of the more famous historic sites in San Francisco is the Fisherman's Wharf. It got its name because fishermen used it as a location when they supplied food to many gold rushers in the 1800s. Because of this, the pier became home to fishing boats and, in time, a tourist attraction in 1970. The Fisherman's Wharf has several exciting locations like Pier 39, which houses many restaurants and shops that will make any tourist squeal with joy. The Cillian Bay Cruises, the Infinite Mirror Maze, the Aquarium, the Carousel, and many other attractions. If you ever visit San Francisco, you should also look at the cable car and take a ride of your life. The historic Pier 45 and Ghirardelli Square is also a popular site because it was once a chocolate factory. The big crowds usually come to the Fisherman's Wharf after 11 a.m. Fisherman's Wharf Tavern requires a neat and tidy standard of dress whilst in the venue. Number 1. Golden Gate Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge is regarded as one of the most iconic symbols of America and one of the world's wonders. Years ago, it was declared an official American landmark. Built in 1937, it was the tallest and longest suspension bridge in the country at the time of its construction. The bridge connects the strait between San Francisco Bay and the Pacific Ocean. It is said to be the most photographed bridge in the world, with its international orange paint and its picturesque surroundings. It makes for very fantastic landscape photography. You can walk across the bridge and decide which side hides the best spot for a selfie with this iconic piece of history. The best time to visit the Golden Gate Bridge is in September or October, when the fog dissipates and the temperatures are more agreeable. It gets really windy and cool on the bridge. These are some of the cool places to visit in San Francisco. Which one is your favorite? Tell us in the comments, and do not forget to subscribe for more travel info.